Did you know Michael Jackson is half Ghanaian? In fact, he's an Ashanti. Relax.
Anna.
My brother and friend, Prince Awali, asked me to present his stories to you tonight, and I'm very honored.
So in 1992, Michael Jackson, the king of pop, didn't just visit Ghana. He was spiritually, physically, and culturally crowned royalty. Because prior to his visit to Africa, he had done his DNA test and was able to trace his ancestry down to the Sanwi tribe, and through that the king of pop became an African king. Now hold on, wait a minute before you come for my neck. I'll take my time, break it down for you to understand properly. And even more shocking, his visit involved a powerful exchange with Ghana's then President Jerry John Rawlings, and many people still don't fully understand till this day. This is not myth, this is history. And now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if this is the very first time you're coming across my channel, make it a point to hit the subscribe button, like the video, share the video, go to the comment section, let me know your thoughts about this very conversation. To my first timers and my loyal viewers, I say thank you, but make it a point, join the growing movement. And to my amazing subscribers, I can't thank you enough. Now let's get straight into this amazing and mind-blowing history involving the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Now let me take you back a little bit. In February 1992, Michael Jackson arrived in Ghana for the first time, and the country stood still. Thousands of people flooded the streets just to see him. This wasn't just a celebrity visit, it was something far deeper, something beyond understanding, something emotional, something ancestral.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Star took the stage at a Beverly Hills event hosted by fashion and fragrance man Bijan. Michael presented a pair of gold swords to the president of Ghana.
My brother and friend, Prince Awali, asked me to present his stories to you tonight, and I'm very honored. Thank you.
Then Michael received his own little souvenir.
I love you. I love you.
Jackson! No, go.
Your mission to rebuild the continent of Africa, I couldn't resist. I was advised of your presence in Los Angeles, and when I found out about your purpose and your mission to rebuild the continent of Africa, I couldn't resist. I love Africa. I adore Africa. I've always loved Africa. I want you to know you're not alone. I'm here with you. You're always in my heart. We're never apart. Prince Awali asked me to present these swords to you tonight, and I'm very honored. Thank you.
But somehow I think the one tune that I don't miss is the trial and tribulation, what do you call it? Trial and tribulation, with the whale jumping over.
I was advised of your presence in Los Angeles, and when I found out about your purpose and your mission to rebuild the continent of Africa, I couldn't resist. I love Africa. I adore Africa. I've always loved Africa. I want you to know you're not alone. I'm here with you.
For many Africans and the people of the diaspora, Michael Jackson wasn't just a superstar, he was a lost son returning home. Relax a little bit, please relax, don't come for me yet. So fast forward, Michael Jackson met the then president of Ghana, President Jerry John Rawlings. It wasn't just a handshake for cameras, it was something meaningful and deeper. At that time, Ghana was emerging from political restructuring and President Jerry John Rawlings was positioning the country as a gateway to Africa. Michael Jackson's visit gave Ghana a global visibility overnight. Now, here is what many still talk about. Michael Jackson reportedly made a charitable contribution, including support for children's welfare and healthcare initiatives. In return, he received something far more valuable than money: cultural acceptance, spiritual recognition, and a reconnection to identity. President Jerry John Rawlings honored him as a distinguished guest, but the real transformation happened outside politics. So right after that, something significant happened, and this involved the Sanwi Kingdom. Is it true or is it a myth? Now, this is where things get intense and uncontrollable. During his African journey, Michael Jackson was linked to the Sanwi Kingdom, a royal community located in present-day Ivory Coast. The Sanwi people have a powerful belief. They claim descendants from the Ashanti people of Ghana, tracing their roots back to migrations during internal conflicts centuries ago. And here is the controversial part. The Sanwi declared Michael Jackson a spiritual king, King Sani.
In 1992, Michael Jackson made history in a way most fans have never heard about. During a visit to the village of Krinjabo in Ivory Coast, Michael was given the honorary title of King Sani by the Sanwi people, a real African royal title, not just a nickname. The Sanwi believed Michael had ancestral roots in their tribe, tracing back through the painful history of slavery. To them, he wasn't just the king of pop, he was family returning home. On February 14, 1992, thousands gathered for a powerful royal ceremony. Michael was dressed in sacred robes, crowned with gold, and seated on a throne as chiefs and villagers cheered. From that day forward, he was officially recognized as their king. This wasn't just symbolic, it was a cultural acknowledgement of Michael's deep connection to African heritage and his global influence. After his passing in 2009, the Sanwi people even held a symbolic funeral in Krinjabo to honor their beloved King Sani. Most people know Michael as a music legend, but in Africa, an entire kingdom still calls him their king, proof that his legacy goes beyond music into history and culture itself.
He was ceremonially honored and symbolically embraced as royal within their traditional belief system. This wasn't about politics, this was about identity, ancestry, and belonging. So how does Ghana connect to all this? The Sanwi people's origin story ties directly to the Ashanti Kingdom of Ghana.
Did you know Michael Jackson is half Ghanaian? In fact, he's an Ashanti. Relax, let me explain. In 1992, Michael Jackson paid a visit to a village in Ivory Coast called Krinjabo because apparently he had done a DNA test that revealed to him that his ancestors came from Ivory Coast. So he went there to confirm. And upon arrival, the traditional chiefs, which is the Enyin chiefs, they decided to confirm traditionally.
You get it?
Lo and behold, they got a mystic message that confirmed that Michael Jackson indeed is a son of the royal Sanwi clan of the Enyin people. They decided to acknowledge him by making him the prince of the Sanwi clan. They gave him the name Mikel Amalaman Ano. If you look at the way they dressed him and the kind of cloth they put on him, which is the kente, nobody should tell you where the tribe is coming from. Now these are the Enyin people. They came from the Ashanti Kingdom in the 18th century to settle in Ivory Coast. They speak the Enyin language. The Enyin language is just like the Nzema language. When they speak it, you hear some few words in it. They also call God Nyame. When Michael Jackson passed away, they requested for his body to give him a proper burial, but then his family refused. So they themselves organized a 2-day burial for Michael Jackson, and then they had lookalikes to come and perform.
This means Michael Jackson's coronation narrative wasn't just about Ivory Coast, it was about shared Western African heritage. His visit to Ghana came first, and that emotional connection likely opened the door to his later recognition by the Sanwi people in present-day Ivory Coast.
Arrivé hier à 17h25 à l'aéroport international d'Abidjan-Port-Boué, où il a été accueilli par les ministres du Symbolisme, René Djibi, et le maire Modio, Michael Jackson a eu droit à tous les honneurs dus à son rang. Une foule déchaînée, surexcitée lui a rendu un hommage mérité. À 19h30, la super vedette américaine s'est rendue à la primature où une foule en liesse l'attendait. C'est le premier ministre chef du gouvernement, M. Alassane Ouattara lui-même, qui l'a accueilli à la descente de la limousine. Plusieurs membres du gouvernement se trouvaient également hier à la primature. De nombreux enfants et jeunes attendaient dehors pour approcher le numéro 1 mondial du showbiz. Et seuls quelques enfants criés sur le volet ont eu ce privilège. Échange de propos d'usage entre le Premier ministre et Michael Jackson, atmosphère très détendue hier soir à la primature. Après la primature, cap sur l'hôtel de ville où une foule nombreuse attendait depuis l'après-midi le monstre de la musique mondiale. Visiblement heureux, le maire Ernest Modio a dit toute sa joie de recevoir Michael Jackson. À l'hôtel de ville, Michael Jackson a été fait chef coutumier avec les attributs dus à son titre. Quelques impressions dans le livre d'or de la mairie.
Tout découvrir, aucune limite, se dira Michael Jackson qui se rendra à Yamoussoukro pour visiter le joyau architectural et fierté du président Félix Houphouët-Boigny, la basilique Notre-Dame de la Paix, la plus grande au monde. À la veille de l'Assomption, cet extrait fera du bien aux chrétiens catholiques et aux millions de fans de Michael Jackson.
Accueil tout en simplicité de la part de la population de Yamoussoukro à travers ces bouquets de fleurs offerts par de jeunes garçons et filles. Quelques instants après son arrivée, Michael Jackson s'est rendu à la basilique Notre-Dame de la Paix de Yamoussoukro, où l'attendait le père Alexandre Pietny, recteur de la basilique et secrétaire général de la Fondation internationale Notre-Dame de la Paix. A précisé que Michael Jackson tenait à visiter cette basilique de Yamoussoukro dont il avait entendu parler. S'extasie devant ce bijou qui est la basilique Et on ne peut s'empêcher de se rappeler ces propos de la prière du pape Jean-Paul II, prière relative à cette basilique. Notre-Dame de la Paix, nous te confions l'église de ce diocèse. Ô Vierge Marie, conduis-nous vers ton Fils. Permets aux fidèles de Côte d'Ivoire d'être inlassablement des artisans de paix, en union avec leurs frères et sœurs de cette terre et de tout le continent. Michael Jackson n'a pas hésité une fois sur le toit à exhiber des pas de danse, avec des souvenirs de son moonwalk, sa griffe au niveau de la danse. Peut-être aurions-nous pour le loisir de retrouver quelques-uns de ses pas dans un futur clip qui aura pour inspiration ces moments merveilleux passés dans cette basilique. Après la basilique, Michael Jackson s'est rendu à la Fondation pour la recherche de la paix. Cette fondation, qui est un véritable joyau sur le plan architectural, comporte 3 grandes formes: le musée, le bâtiment principal et le bâtiment du Congrès. 2000 places, traduction simultanée en 8 langues, possibilité de projection de films, autant de caractéristiques qui situent l'importance de cette fondation. Difficile de vouloir faire du tourisme à Yamoussoukro sans sacrifier à une envie, faire un tour du côté du lac aux Caïmans et voir pour apprécier le spectacle qu'offre le lac. Michael Jackson n'a pas résisté à cette tentation. Il s'est donc rendu au lac, décidant d'ailleurs d'être plus près des Caïmans et de leur donner à manger. Plaisir de Michael Jackson, plaisir également des Caïmans qui ignoraient que la main qui leur jetait la nourriture était celle de Michael Jackson. La journée de Michael Jackson a pris fin à l'hôtel de ville de Yamoussoukro, où la star américaine est arrivée à 16h10, accueillie par le maire de la commune, M. Jean-Conan Bagny. Une foule composée de jeunes est venue saluer l'artiste américain. Michael Jackson a pu pendant quelques minutes apprécier un aperçu du folklore ivoirien. Ici aussi, la fanfare était présente et l'insistance de Michael Jackson à vouloir que ses caméramens fixent ses séquences donne une idée précise de la satisfaction qu'il a eue à voir et apprécier ce genre musical. Peut-être trouvera-t-il ici aussi une source d'inspiration.
Terminer son parcours à l'hôtel Ivoire où régnait une ambiance incroyable. Tout le monde voulait voir Michael Jackson, tout le monde voulait le toucher. C'est cela la rançon de la gloire. Bon séjour en terre ivoirienne, Michael Jackson. Go to the stage. Monsieur, il n'accorde pas d'interview, s'il vous plaît. Il n'accorde pas d'interview. They can feel free to interview the Prime Minister. He'd be delighted to have him interview. S'il vous plaît.
But you must notice this. This is far bigger than one man. This is about the African diaspora reclaiming identity. Understand that Michael Jackson's 1992 visit did something powerful. It reminded millions of people of African descent that Africa is not just history, it is home. Emotionally, it hits deep. You could see it in the crowds, the joy, the energy. People weren't just seeing a star, they were seeing a reflection of themselves on a global stage. So to end all of this, I will say that I would ask that, is Michael Jackson really connected to the Sanwi people? And if he's connected to the Sanwi people for real, then the Sanwi people are connected to Ghana. So does that mean Michael Jackson, some way, somehow, if this information is true, could be a Ghanaian? Not in the political sense, but culturally, spiritually, physically, and symbolically. Absolutely. And maybe there is something very powerful that we have not placed a finger on. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me in this episode. And I really appreciate your time. Make it a point to go to the comment section. Let me know your thoughts about this very conversation. Be nice, be gentle. And I've said this over and over and over again that the story of Africa is being rewritten. Don't let us write it without you. Hit the subscribe button, like the video. Remember, this was Inside Studios Network, and